All right, here it is, 2x2 scenario for Blitzkrieg Commander using the Blitzkrieg Commander small scenarios. First kind of proper miniature game I've done in a while. Remember it's a very small scenario. The attacker, the Germans, just air infantry, and then the defenders are paratroopers. I don't have British in 6mm, so I do not have British in 6mm. I just have Americans and German, and some Russian. So I just use the Americans as airborne. That's fine. And I need to get a stat for that mover. Although I could just put that gun up here and say that I have a gun and no transport. So there's a minefield. 5x15 minefield. I just cut that out of a piece of fabric right now, so that's not. I'd probably want to mess that up and make it look like a minefield, but fencing and not barbed wire. But and the Germans have no engineers, so they're not going to want to go through that. So these Germans here, we got 3 platoons or 3 squads, however you want to look at it, that are planning to go around this way. Yeah, see how that works. We got a mortar here, 81, and then they got a 120 off board. And they do have smoke rounds. Here's the CO, here's the forward artillery observer, and then here's 3 more squads and a Stug who are gonna hustle it up over on this side. The Americans do have a squad here, squad, a headquarters here, forward artillery observer, mortar. I also have 100 well, again, it was British, so 120 millimeter mortar, so I don't know what the American equivalent would be. Probably, I don't know what I honestly don't know what that is, but we'll use that for now because the stats are already made up. There's a machine gun here, CO, and then the gun. I suppose I should make that gun be put in place, and really the best place to put it would be on the hill. Now, you can shoot if you're halfway on the hill, so that's about this point here. So I'll put him over here, and he can pretty much see, anything in front of him. So anyway, that's the thing. I got 6 to 8 turns as the Germans to get over there and attack it and try it. I'm not sure if I played this scenario. I'll have to go check and look, but this little line here is 6 inches, so it's 2x2, and we'll see how it goes. It's been a while since I played this kind of game. Talk to you. Okay, into German turn 1. The Germans have advanced up to here on this side. This guy was shot in the middle and suppressed by this machine gun. These guys made it to the edge of the woods, and that tank made it up here to reveal that guy. And then this all happened at the beginning with a bombardment. I called it a pre-registered, but I think that shouldn't be the case. It makes it too. I don't know. It's going to hit every time. I think I'd rather it have to be called in. So I'll try that the next turn. You can see what happened there. We got all this suppression here, which is good for pre-arm. And then they took 4 hits. No one was dug in either. I'd probably want to make them so they're dug in or concealed or something. Maybe just like small dug in, quick things there. So these are veterans, so they get to dig in if they take suppression, so they're all dug in now. 1 hit on the mortar, 3 hits on the anti-tank gun, no hits on them. The sniper rolled, but they got no hits, no suppression. It's harder to hit them. And then suppression and 4 hits on this unit. So that unit's already 4 units. This mortar fired a ton to try to suppress these guys. They finally did. It took a lot of times. And then they fired again. I feel like they did something else. Anyway, so the Germans are kind of out here in the open a little bit, but not too bad, because then they got behind the trees here. But these guys, all these guys aren't going to be able to do anything. These guys hit this guy for a point, and the sniper hit this guy and suppressed him. So the sniper did his job. So I've taken the pre-registration off there because it's a guarantee it's going to hit. except for it may not be a guarantee hit because this guy has to succeed on a roll. It's a command roll of 7. So I'll try it this turn and we'll kind of see how it goes. And this guy got to shoot like 4 or 5 times, so he had a lot of good command rolls. All right, that's it for turn 1 for the Germans. Come back after the American paratrooper turn. Okay, end of turn 1. The American paratroopers have kind of abandoned this position and moved back over to here, and then the bazooka moved over to here to face these guys, but the range is 10, which is like out to here. So all these guys have to do is just stay out here and just plink at them. But really, they kind of they need to take the hill, so they need to. I think what I'll do now is I'll probably smoke over here, smoke them. Although artillery put hits on them, and suppressed them all, so maybe that's not bad either. So which is better, smoke or suppress? I think I might go for suppression again, so I'm going to try that for the Germans. But that's pretty much what the Americans did. Most of the guys couldn't do anything. I moved the American command back so that they wouldn't get hit by smoke or thing, and these guys here, and that's that. So, and my sniper moved over here to kind of take care of these guys. All right, and that's that. We'll talk to you into turn 2. All right, end of turn 2. Boy, turn 2 was not good for the Americans. On the German turn, they lost 4 units. So they have, well, actually they lost 3, and then on the American turn with op fire, which I'll tell you about in just a minute, they lost another unit. So they're now at their break point. So they'll have to roll with no penalty, but they'll have to roll a command roll. I believe a 10. So pretty likely they get it, which is pretty cool actually now that I think about it. And the Germans lost 1 on American fire. So yeah, they just took them out, just firing like crazy. And then this American unit only had 2 hits left. Fired on the Germans, and then in opportunity fire, these guys fired over here, needed 6s to hit, and got 3 6s, and they got no saves. That was pretty wild. Oh, and I need to reflock my hill. Anyway, pretty wild. I thought, well, the Americans can hold out. They just have to keep them off the hill, but they have to keep them off for 4 turns. Now, the Germans are trying to run out here in the open. So that's a challenge, but we're now down to a mortar unit with 2 hits and an American unit, I think, with 3. Yeah, so they get 3 more hits. Let's see, the mortar has 3 hits. Oh wait, no, yeah, 1 more hit for that mortar. These guys are suppressed over here, and yeah, they took out one of these German units over here. So these guys need to snake here through the woods and then go up, but those guys are right there to fire, so kind of need to. Actually, I need the mortar. The mortar can't see him, but these guys can see him. Oh, okay. Yeah, and actually, these guys, this guy should have moved up. My forward artillery observer should have moved up this turn to get up here to fire on the hill. Whoa, that's some good video right there. Anyway, that's turn 2, and. Talk to you after turn 3. I think it'll be over after turn 3, so we'll talk to you. All right, end of turn 3. I thought I knew the Americans probably wouldn't break. They're at their break point, but they're right at even break point, so they have to fail. They have to roll 11 or a 10. Or I'm sorry, 11 or a 12. So they passed, so they were able to go. The Germans made a little bit further forward, but they were unable to pass any of their second rolls to close assault. They all failed that. And then the mortar failed their roll to attack them. They are sitting at 4 hits. They're sitting at 4 hits, so they get 2 left. They have 1 left. The commander hit. They were all suppressed. He's got 3 hits. I think the CO has a total of 6 hits. But they got these guys have 4, 4, and 1, 2, 3. So it's starting to wear down. I don't know. The Germans may not do it. These guys are all dug in, and they're all veterans, so there's some stuff there. So I have to remember some of those things. So the Germans are going to go. I moved my forward air controller here, so can he even see them? I should have moved him. I don't know. They technically can't even see this guy, so they can hit him again. So, all right, that's it. We'll see what happens on turn 4. I want to jump in here on turn 4 real quick to talk about what happened. The tank attacked, close assaulted the American paratroopers and pushed them out of the thing by beat them by 1. The Americans got no hits on them. So they have 1 hit left and they're suppressed this turn. These guys failed their command roll to fire and probably finish them off. Then the head commander failed their command roll to get these guys and the mortar to fire. So that's the fun of that. Then he had 2 units close assault to forward air control, forward artillery observer, and they rolled, let's see, 4 each, so that 8, 9, 10. Oh shoot, did I roll 1 less? Yeah. Wait, hold on, I gotta look, I might have done that wrong. So 3, he actually, well, anyway, they got 0 hits because they had to hit a 6 because they're in the cover. They got 0 hits, he got 2 hits on these guys because they're out in the open. And then, so they pushed back, and suppressed. Oh, but then they're not suppressed anymore. So that happened. That was embarrassing. And so, oh wait, oh how funny. That's a German FAO, but it's an American FAO. That's weird. Do I not have a American FAO? Weird. Anywho, so that was pretty funny there. And Germans failing these command rolls, 2 command rolls, they couldn't finish it off. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, with only command on there, they're going to be done. I mean, but they passed their command roll. That's kind of weird, though. How do they have set? Where's all their? Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, they just have 5 units on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, now I'm counting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really, they should be at a 3, 7. So they're and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gone. So they're 2 over. So they need to roll an 8 or less, and I actually rolled a 9. So the game is over. Okay, I'm glad I did that live. So the game's over. On turn 4, the Americans failed their command roll, and the Germans took it. So one way to make this a little tougher for the Germans maybe is start all the paratroopers in cover, in dugouts or something, or maybe half of them or something, and then they could be hidden and concealed until they got seen. I also need to see if this is concealed up on there when they're on a hill. So anyway, this was a 2x2 scenario that was originally designed for crossfire. You're supposed to go 6 to 8 turns, I said, and it went 4 turns for the Germans. Well, that's not bad, and if they were dug in, it would definitely take longer. And this minefield should be blind, so I need to come up with a way when I'm doing it solo to either put maybe 3 dummy markers and then you roll on it, or I put 3 or 4 dummy markers and one of them's right, and so then I place them randomly around, and then you test it when when the Germans actually. I could put 4 of these on there and then just put underneath it real one or not. You can also do dummy minefields, which is a different thing. But in this case, I would just do it that way for, doing it solo. All right, well, that's fun. Kind of fun getting the 6 mils out. I'm now going to try this scenario using Fistful of Toes. So let's see what happens. Thanks.